Matt Kenseth, driver of the number 17 DeWalt Ford, recently was in South Florida to help promote the upcoming NASCAR Sprint Cup Series Ford 400 at Homestead-Miami Speedway. RacingOne had the chance to talk with Kenseth about a number of topics along with challenging him in a media go-kart race. Kenseth, who is making his 5th consecutive appearance in the chase, said he's looking forward to coming back to Homestead-Miami as the defending Ford 400 winner.
Yeah, I was looking forward to going to Homestead. It's a lot of reasons. It's the end of the year, champion's crown there. So I always hope to be in a championship chase when it comes down to Homestead. But yeah, it's the site of our last win too. So it's been a while since we won a race.
With Ford sponsoring championship weekend, Kenseth is just one of the Roush drivers that owns a bunch of Ford muscle cars. Recently, he bought a Ford Shelby GT500 KR for his father Roy to drive back home in Wisconsin.
Yeah, he's been driving a little bit everywhere, and every time I see him, he's wide open and spinning the tires. So he's been having a good time.
Even though he doesn't drive it much, Kenseth's favorite car in his garage still is his Ford GT that he received for winning the 2003 Cup Series championship. Last month, Kenseth took his stock Ford Mustang GT500, the zMax Dragway, in Concord, North Carolina, to compete against some of the NASCAR family.
It ran really good for a stock car, but some of the guys out there were pretty carried away with some of the stuff they brought. So, but it did okay, around like a 12.8 or something like that, which I didn't think was too bad for a street car with street tires and everything.
Kenseth's Roush Fenway teammate Greg Biffle was also at the strip to make some passes.
Yeah, Biffle was out there. He was totally out of control. He had his Mustang GT500. I don't have any idea how much money he had into that thing with slicks on it and a big blower on it and all kinds of stuff. And he ran pretty fast. He was totally out of control.
Following in his father's footsteps, 15-year-old Ross Kenseth is coming off a successful season in the Big 8 Late Model Series in the Midwest. Earlier this month, Ross won the Oktoberfest feature at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway in Wisconsin, a feat his dad accomplished 15 years ago.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. He's been doing really well up there. He's been racing limited late models in the Big 8 Series, and he's been doing a really good job. So he's been having a lot of fun with it. My dad and everybody's been having a lot of fun with it too. So it's pretty cool.
Ross's car is currently sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet stores, which are based in Wisconsin, Iowa, and Illinois. The sponsorship gave Ross the opportunity to film a commercial with his dad and grandfather, and Matt talked about how special it was.
It was fun, not just because it was with Ross, but it was with my dad too, and my dad's never done a commercial, and Ross has never done a commercial, and we've never, all three of us, have done one together, so that was a lot of fun. When I started that late model team for Ross, we call it Generation 3. My dad, myself, and Ross all started in that type of car at the same track up in Wisconsin. So we called it that, and Farm and Fleet dug that, and they did some Father's Day promotions and some other stuff, and we've been having a lot of fun with that. So it's been a great sponsor for him and for me, and we've had a good time with that, and they're good guys up there.
Roy Kenseth is still heavily involved in racing. He currently promotes races in Wisconsin along with helping out Ross. Down the road from Madison International Speedway in Kenseth's hometown of Cambridge, Wisconsin, is the site of the Matt Kenseth Museum and Fan Club headquarters. Kenseth talked about some of the special cars on display at the museum.
My first race car is pretty darn cool that I was able to get that back, and it's in pretty much exactly the shape I raced it in. So that's really neat. That's really special to me that I was able to get that car back. That's pretty cool. It's been there a while now. It's been there 20 years ago, I guess, since I ran that car, which seems like a long time. So that thing is pretty cool, and we got the car we won our first championship in, and the last Rockingham race, and that's a pretty cool car too.
After the interview, I had the chance to race Kenseth in go-karts that traveled up to 45 miles an hour at Extreme Karting in Fort Lauderdale. I qualified third and finished third in the race behind Kenseth and winner Joe Costello of XM Radio. Tickets for Ford Championship Weekend are available by visiting HomesteadMiamiSpeedway.com or by calling 1-866-409-RACE. For Racing OneCast, this is Jeff Wackerlin reporting.